Hey everybody, Tony Mejia here. Happy Leap Day. I'm with Playbook Experts now, part of playbooksports.com. You could see all my picks at pb.buzz/TM. I'm doing really well in soccer right now and tackling some college basketball and NBA. This first video that I'm doing, and trust me, I'll be doing them more than every 4 years, is going to be dealing with a free pick at the end of the video on tonight's Hawaii UC Davis matchup. And we're going to talk a little college basketball because Wednesday night brought a few developments. There were no real upsets. The only one that really surprised me was Samford getting crushed at Wofford 91-69. The Bulldogs had really been cruising under Bucky McMillan in the SoCon and got a little bit of a wake-up call before the conference tournament, getting beat by the Terriers by 22. But other teams really did cruise, teams that were supposed to win that are hoping to end up on the right side of the bubble. Northwestern was a big winner, defeating Maryland. Illinois survived. Minnesota 105-97. I saw that the points per minute in that game were one of the highest in recorded history. So it was hopefully you had the over on that. Another high-scoring game, was Ole Miss and Bama. The Rebels had the Tide on the ropes before a late flurry in the both early second half, take control for Alabama, and then late to not only pull away but get the cover for Nate Oates' Crimson Tide, who were coming off that awful loss in Lexington, but they pulled off a 103-88 win in Oxford. I think Chris Beard's team is going to be just fine down the road once he gets all his horses, but trying to compete with an Alabama squad that had a chip on its shoulder did not go well once Alabama was able to settle in. And Estrada really had one of his best games since joining Alabama. We also saw another high-scoring game and probably the game of the night, Drake surviving Illinois Chicago 107-105. That was a really exciting game, went triple overtime. Virginia was a big winner tonight, surviving at Boston College. That game was a pick'em. It was really up for grabs down the stretch before the Cavaliers hit a couple of three-pointers to take control and then made their free throws down the stretch to survive a late BC rally. Iowa State was a 58-45 winner over Oklahoma. Hilton Magic continues to deliver for the Cyclones, who are probably looking at a top 4 seed at this point, unless things fall apart. The Big East was interesting tonight. St. John's was an 82-59 winner over Butler. I still think they're on the wrong side of the bubble, and I think a lot of these teams will end up on the wrong side of the bubble. Seton Hall went to Omaha hoping for a statement and got smacked down by Creighton 85-64. The Blue Jays were obviously coming off a tough performance on Sunday at Madison Square Garden, so they bounced back. Providence was a 91-69 loser as well at Marquette. The Golden Eagles are playing some of the best basketball in the country right now. They took control of that game early, never looked back. I think the Friars have a shot, probably the best shot of all of these Big East teams that are hoping to be on the right side of the bubble come Selection Sunday, but they've got to get their act together down the stretch under first-year head coach Kim English. Xavier did what they had to do, crushing DePaul. Duke was able to beat Louisville 84-59, and you saw Kyle Filipowski was fine, no worse for the wear for what happened to him in that court storming at Wake Forest. He had 9 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Florida, Missouri got over the posted total. Gators did what they had to do at home, winning by 9, and VCU defeated Rhode Island, blowing them out. Rivalry games in the Pac-12. Oregon did not cover, but was able to survive Oregon State. That game was up for grabs over the final 8 minutes, and Arizona did manage to cover, even though it looked dicey over the final 2 minutes. Bobby Hurley was looking for that cover play down the stretch. They missed a key three-pointer, and then Arizona was able to get a 85-67 win, covering the dozen with an 18-point victory. So, really the developments tonight, I think the Big East is going to end up with fewer bids than were originally forecast for them. We'll see how the Big East tournament shakes out in New York and how these final couple of games of the regular season set up a team or two to have a shot at being on the right side of the bubble. I think Northwestern did what they had to do in beating Maryland and probably ends up happy on Selection Sunday. A really nice job for Chris Collins and what he's been able to do there. So let me give you a free pick here for Leap Day, Thursday, February 29th. And this is a game that I was on the right side of when they played in Honolulu, Hawaii, and UC Davis. Hawaii was banged up, but I really liked the fact that they were home with their backs against the wall, and they were able to deliver behind Bernardo da Silva on February 10th, defeating UC Davis. Now, UC Davis is a 2-point favorite in this rematch, and I think they'll end up holding serve. The Aggies are pretty good at home. Although they're only 3-7 against the spread over their last 10 and just 5-5, I think this is a really nice spot for them. Hawaii 10-16-1 against the spread, and they're 1-7 against the dog of 1.5 points or more, and they're a 2-point dog in this one. I would actually bet the money line. You don't want to mess around laying 1.5, 2 points, have UC Davis win by 1 and end up a loser. So go with the UC Davis Aggies on the money line to defeat Hawaii. Elijah Pepper down the stretch, I think he'll be too much. Hawaii was able to overcome his 27 points in the Big Island a couple of weeks ago. I don't think they'll be able to overcome him again. That game featured over 50 free throws and cleared the posted total by over 20 points. I don't think this one is as high scoring, and I don't think Hawaii ends up on the right side. So back UC Davis, that's the free play. That's our analysis for Wednesday's college basketball action. Again, join me at playbooksports.com. Our playbook experts will have a show on Friday. Mark Lawrence is going to recap some of the college football season and the NFL season. That's going to be an exciting one. And you can, again, find my work at pb.buzz/tm. Tony Mejia here, signing off.